What up, Buzz? You tapped in? Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack 'em. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things. MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong. History, and we good on that. Put Jilla on the track and we good on wax. 3, 2, 1. Everybody say Bulls on tap. Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty. Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery. Nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news. Go and subscribe. Hang out with Buzzy and Goose. Tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I'm your boy Buzz. I'm joined by my dude Goose, and we are here to recap a second straight Chicago Bulls loss to a Los Angeles team. 121-110. The Lakers beat the Bulls at the United Center. Before we get into this, be sure you're going on tapsportsnet.com for other Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Bulls on Tap and on Tap Sportsnet. Following Goose at Goose on Tap and me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can listen to us. 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, please go to the YouTube on Tap Sportsnet YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button and the little bell. Anytime we go live, you'll be notified. We're presented by Sports Illustrated Media Group. That's a mouthful. Goose, we lost. It sucks. I hate it.
Yeah, no, and the start of this game was very similar to the start or the entirety of the last game. Luckily, the Bulls did claw their way back in to make this competitive for most of the night. But just continuous lapses. The bench outplayed the starters for the most part. The box score doesn't necessarily show that in terms of points scored, but Vooch scored the first 13 points of the game before anybody else even got a basket. I don't know that I've ever witnessed that happen for our team, for any game that I've watched, to have 5-6 minutes of play.
You've been watching NBA for a long time.
And only one player on a certain team is the only one to score in that span. That is mind-blowing. And Zach had a weird night overall.
I'm just glad Vooch showed up, like you said, because that was hard to watch in the beginning there. And Stacey King called it free cheese at one point. I know you always watch the other broadcast, but Stacey King called it free cheese, and Vooch could do that all night. And I'm like, listen, I love Vooch, but Vooch is working hard for this because he's being guarded by Anthony Davis. So I felt like Vooch made himself available to get the ball when the team was in a drought. I felt like Vooch converted on, obviously, went 12 for 16. He went 3 for 4 from downtown. He had 29 points, 12 boards, 6 assists. And like you said, 13 points in the first quarter. I think he had 15 in the first quarter total. So he really kept us afloat there to begin. Huge contributions off of the bench from Ayo Dosunmu. And Kobe White, those guys finished huge in the plus-minus, plus 18 for Kobe, plus 17 for Ayo Dosunmu.
Zach's game was so bizarre, though. Only 2 3-point attempts, under 20 points on the night. Didn't shoot bad from the field. Was it
5 turnovers?
5 turnovers? Okay.
Zach thought tonight, and there was something that was interesting in the first part of that game. If you noticed, Vanderbilt was not guarding anybody. They were running like a makeshift zone out there. I'm not exactly sure what the hell it was, but they were running a makeshift zone out there where he was a floater, and that really stopped Zach from getting to the paint. That really stopped Zamar from trying to get to the paint to start this game, which set the whole tone for Vooch being available to hit a three, being available to kind of get one-on-one matchups because they were doubling Zach and DeMar. And then they just had a floater because they were challenging Alex Caruso and Patrick Beverley to make a shot. They came out with a defensive adjustment. Darvin Ham and the Lakers came out with a defensive adjustment from the first time they saw us, which was Saturday.
You mean Alex Caruso wasn't going to change their defensive plan for the night?
No, and he absolutely didn't. He offensively, he went 2 for 4. He had 5 points. Patrick Beverley went 0 for 5, and no points. He got into the paint at one point and did 7,000 pump fakes, and LeBron goes, yeah, okay, was laughing at him. I don't know if you saw that on the broadcast, laughing at him. And it was It was a laughable performance by the Bulls. They came back in the second quarter there after getting blown out in the first quarter and kind of made this a game. They started kind of coming back, but they lost every quarter tonight except that second quarter. They had 31 points to Lakers 28.
I feel like the end of that second, and we talked about it even in the win. Man, the refs, dude. And obviously you can't start a game like this and only win one quarter and blame it on the officials. But to take the momentum away from this team when it was taken away to close that second quarter sucked. I mean, and I think the officiating was a lot cleaner the rest of the game. I don't think the officiating to close was the reason, but the timely fashion that officiating can really change the tide of a game, especially after a team just works their way all the way back and takes a lead.
It could definitely become a momentum killer, like you're saying. I mean, and then you kind of saw that happen. But I mean, just the free throw discrepancy in general, though, from the Bulls to the Lakers. I mean, 30 for the Lakers, 13 for the Bulls. They both shot putrid from the 3-point line. You know, I mean, hey, they were just outclassed. They were outplayed. And listen,
no, Anthony Davis looked like a top 20 player in the NBA today.
And D'Angelo Russell's playing fucking when he's healthy and available for them right now. What a compliment that guy is to those guys. I mean, that's huge.
You know, it was the first time that the Lakers have had their full roster together since the trade deadline.
I'll tell you also one thing, too, that I hate, and I'm going to use this. I know we talked about him somewhat highly when we played them on the weekend. Austin Reeves shouldn't be outplaying Zach LaVine. Ever. And he outplayed him tonight. I mean, come on.
No, and it was a weird night for Zach because he was over 50% from the floor.
He was 8 for 14, but he just wasn't. Zach couldn't set. I got to steal a socks on tapism here. Zach could not set the tone to his game because he could not really penetrate to start this game at first.
Well, I think that those back-to-back foul calls where he got racked up with three really
with three off the bat there. Yeah.
I think Reeves flopped like crazy, and then on the
he's
other
got a very good teacher for that.
Yes, he does have the best in the business to learn from there in the flopping department. Other departments too, obviously, but I feel like that really kind of took Zach out of the game because early I feel like he was aggressive. It was like, oh, I got this white kid on me. I'm going to take him to the hole. And then Reeves pulled the flop move on him, and I feel like Zach was kind of disengaged from then on out.
And that's a problem. I mean, that's a problem in itself here. I mean, we were literally a game within 500, and then now we're back down to being 4 games under 500.
So, but a crazy stat. The Bulls in the last 6 games that Alex Caruso missed are 1-5. Before tonight, they were 6-0 in the last games that he played.
Oh, really?
Yes. So tonight is the first time that the Bulls have lost in the last 7 games that Alex Caruso has been available.
I'll tell you what, man. I mean, the Bulls aren't really a huge measuring stick here, even though the Lakers now moved to 38-38 on the season at being 500. But this team kind of stayed like that starting lineup. If Austin Reeves can keep doing this kind of shit, I mean, Jared Vanderbilt is such a good compliment. If that kid can learn to hit that corner 3 with a little bit of consistency, he hit 24 on the year. He comes out tonight, he hits fucking 2 in one game against us. So I mean that's huge, man.
Yep. He texted me in the middle of the game, and I said, "Feels like every team's worst shooter is better than our best shooter outside of Zach LaVine most nights." And Batum and Gordon, obviously notorious 3-point shooters, but tonight I just don't. I don't know how you lose this bad. Like, you knew that LeBron was coming for revenge.
Oh, yeah.
You knew that Anthony Davis was coming for revenge. And you let Austin Reeves hit you with the 2 short. And I don't know how to feel. You know, we were up.
We talked a lot of shit after Pat did that, and we posted some things. And it's just the basketball gods stay in your lane type shit to us. That's all it is. And
if that was the case, LeBron James would not be successful with all the cornwall shit that he posts.
Bro,
the basketball gods would be like, nah.
You got to give it to that guy. Last night, he's in fucking I think we're there in Austin or Houston. Where were they for the All-American game? I knew they were in Texas somewhere, but he was there watching Bronny. play in the McDonald's All-American game last night until about 9, 10 o'clock at night, and then gets on a plane and comes to Chicago and beats up the Bulls.
I am not going to give a billionaire props for being able to travel across the country
Just saying,
to
man.
see his son.
He's old, bro.
He's old. He's not old.
He's like 37.
What, he's like 2 years older than you?
Is that a fucking joke? Is that what that was? Is that what that was meant to be?
I mean, I'm laughing.
31, jerk off. All right, I'll be 32 in July. You're a dick. How about that? All right. But no, he goes and watches Brownie play. I can't even say his fucking name anymore. He irritated me so badly. He goes and watches Brownie play, and then he comes and treats us like his kids again. Now he's 34 and 28 against the Chicago Bulls in his career. LeBron James. A lot closer than it probably could be.
Well, that's because the Rose Bulls actually did a damn good job during the regular season against the LeBron teams. It was just the playoffs that we got screwed. Did
you have a chance to watch the McDonald's All-American game last night?
I did not.
Oh, man, it was a good game. I'll tell you, that kid's good. His kid's good. Isaiah Collier, too, he's very good. He's going to USC. There's a lot of very good prospects that are coming out. Obviously not this draft, but I think the freshmen that are coming out in 2024, they're going to be –
Wait, we have a draft pick that year, don't we?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. They're going to be pretty good, I think. It was a fun game to watch. It really was. But, yeah, I mean, you know, I don't have that much on this, man. They got out fucking played here. The Bulls didn't even really turn the ball over too badly. They turned it over 14 times. Besides Zach, you know. DeMar really, I don't know, he's looked different. He's putting up numbers, but he just –
You know, I was surprised to look at the box score after the game finished tonight and see that he actually
like 22
had more points than Zach. I know, like in the second half, he got a couple of his patented and ones, trying to keep the Bulls in this. But I really didn't think that he had the game that the stat line says he did.
I feel like he's laboring to get going. You know,
well, I mean, and maybe that quad contusion is still lingering. But we can't use the excuse of being tired anymore. We're like 3 or 4 games removed from those double OT games at this point. Obviously, that back-to-back was really weird. I've never seen a 2:30 game and then a 9:30 game. Like, you ask me to go to work on 2 opposite schedules like that, and I'm like, how do I do my job? So, like, that one I could kind of, like, give a little bit of a pass for the Clippers' ass-kicking. But tonight at home after a day of rest – knowing that LeBron's coming in hot and heavy to get you for calling him too short, this performance was unacceptable. Are they getting complacent? Do they know, like, oh, we dropped that game to the Clippers, we're going to be 9-10, there's no more dream of 8, we're stuck?
I felt like the minutes of staggering were pretty good too, between like Vanderbilt. I mean, obviously AD played damn near the whole game, played 39 minutes, but you had Rui Hachimura, who's got some size to him as well. And I'm not going to say like this would have changed the outcome of the game, but maybe a little bit if Drummond was available, but he's going through some shit right now. So he missed tonight's game. But you really got to see like the lack of size the Bulls possess without him. I mean, the Bulls had 32 rebounds on the night. That's it. 32. The Lakers had 45. If you get beat badly offensive rebound wise, and
was the hero of the last game. Unfortunately, when you play these bigger teams like the Lakers that just have, obviously LeBron's a cheat code because you get to play him at the 3 and you can play whoever the hell you want 4 and 5 because he could even play the 5 if you wanted him to. It's just, and then you got 4 guards and Vooch out there. So, and Vooch isn't he's a decent interior defender, but he's not elite. He's not good. So you got a soft center, and then you got 4 guards out there, and you got 4 guys out there that are 6'6 plus. You genuinely don't have the size to compete, and when they're shooting better than you and they're that much bigger than you, then you're really just royally screwed. And that's kind of what you got tonight because, as you said, Vanderbilt hit like 24 threes on the season, and he drains 2. And the Bulls don't have the shooters or the size to really combat somebody like Vanderbilt hitting shots for a team that's not supposed to hit shots either.
I think what you saw tonight was a very motivated Lakers team too. You know, like you said before, they got embarrassed at home by this team, taunted a little bit, and they came out and just showed you what their starting five is capable of, and they just basically just slapped us around, and it didn't look like too much of an issue for them. So that's what happens when you have two of the best players in the league on your team, and they're focused and motivated.
And you finally have your fully healthy, probably starting five for the playoffs.
Oh, 100%. I mean, God, I couldn't see them going another route with the starting five. I mean, D'Lo for sure he's playing a mean point guard over there. He's playing super good off ball.
The way Reeves is playing, there's no reason not to keep him in the starting lineup.
Right, Reeves looks fantastic. Exactly, I agree with you. Dude, I don't think you can take him out of the starting lineup. He's not too good.
The thing that you've always known LeBron needs throughout his career is shooters, and that kid can fucking shoot. Start the game, he was in the coffin corner, just dead to rights, and nailed it.
And he can create. That's what's so weird about him. I mean, he can create too. I mean, him and D'Angelo Russell, if they just hold their own a little tiny bit on defense, and then you're sending it into like Vanderbilt and AD if someone's coming to the paint, you just got to stick on them.
The only person that can't throw AD a lob on the floor is probably Vando.
Right.
And he could probably still do that because anybody can throw AD a lob.
Yeah, I mean, this team is pretty well constructed, man. Like looking up and down it.
And what they trade? A protected first and a whole bunch of seconds and Russell Westbrook's contract. Holy shit.
That's unreal. Unfucking real. Like I said, I don't have much else for this one. Bulls should have showed up. They didn't. I will tell everybody the standings, though, because we're still in 10th.
Is Charlotte a guaranteed win?
Yeah, we are.
Are we allowed to have that confidence?
No. I don't think we've earned that kind of confidence, and we're away. Our away record's not good. So, you know.
Since the All-Star break.
Yeah, right. Well, since the All-Star break, we have the hardest schedule. We have the easiest schedule.
Yeah, no, I love just when the media started to kind of swing on us and be like, oh, look at what Chicago's doing. They're 10-5 since the break, playing great, number one defense in the league, and then we give up 10 threes to Batum. Oh, my God. Well, why is this roller coaster so not enjoyable?
Because of the potential that you thought existed. That's basically
why. That's what sucks about where we are. Is it was not only the potential of what this team was supposed to be, but it was also that super low moment of the season where it was like, oh, what's the potential of 33% odds at a top 4 pick? Woo, we might actually get to keep our pick. And now there's just not.
How quickly things change. It's so funny. Like we're out here talking shit. We're out here like,
these fucking 2-game spurts, man. They're going to be the death of me.
Yeah, it's been a long season like that. Bulls are 16-22 away. The Hornets are fucking terrible. They're 13-24 at home. Mark Williams is doubtful. Gordon Hayward is doubtful. Dennis Smith Jr. is doubtful. Andre Drummond is doubtful, listed on the injury report for Friday. Obviously, that's going to change tomorrow once updated, which was usually like, mid-morning. So that'll be updated around then.
Sure it's going to be updated, though?
Yeah, it should be updated tomorrow mid-morning.
But the injury report is coming back.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they'll update it. It'll either say doubtful again or it'll say something else.
I was gonna say I got a feeling it might still be doubtful.
Yeah, I don't think we see Drummond for a game or two. So even after tonight, but yeah, I mean, the Hornets' last 5, they're actually on a 3-game winning streak, and the teams that they beat include Dallas twice in a row and Oklahoma City on last night actually. And the Bulls are coming off a 2-game losing streak. Actually, are they playing right now? They're not. Damn, they had a couple days off there. Good for them.
Good for them.
Wish I could get a couple days off like that.
Use a couple days off. The Bulls could use a couple days off.
No shit, man. I mean, you know what to fucking do. Come out here, get within 3 games of 500 again. I mean, you're in pretty good shape here. The Bulls are a play-in team. They are going to make the play-in. That's going to happen. So come out, try to win.
Try to get back to that feeling that you are clicking at the right time instead of slipping at the wrong time. Let's get that vibe back. Obviously, these games to close aren't really going to be that easy. Charlotte, as you said, is on a win streak, should be a team that you could beat. But on the road, that's not a guarantee. Then we have Memphis and Atlanta on Tuesday. Both of those games are at home. So try to get something popping. We got 6 games left to get a 4-game win streak to close the year. I don't think it's going to happen, but you got to start with one, and Charlotte is a winnable game, so let's go get that shit.
Yeah, I mean they really don't have any other choice, and I mean a big thing too is if the Bulls really do need to go on a win streak because everybody wants to see this.
But we already said play in. You keep changing the rules. They're in the play-in. We're drinking pickle juice.
Oh, that's right. You're right. I never change rules. I just forget what I say. I'll do it anyway. It's not going to take hard to
at this point. The pickle juice might be the highlight for everybody in the league.
Yeah, it might be the highlight of the season. We're going to fucking do it live too. We're going to fucking do it live.
So do we do it before or after the play-in game? Is it going to be like celebratory pickle juice, like we made the play-in? Like we're doing it regardless.
Yeah, I'd rather do it before.
You're going to do it before?
I'd rather do it before.
So
because if they lose and then I have to fucking do that, I'm going to be pissed. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah, we don't want to double lose. That goes back to Jim Boylan days.
Yeah, and I don't want to look like a fucking thumb. So
we don't want to double lose.
Double losing is fucking lame. Double losing is lame. So yeah, I mean we'll be back on Friday after the Bulls take on the Hornets. You got any last words before we ride out here, bro?
I get to get drunk at the Hawks game and you don't.
When are you going to that?
Tuesday?
Oh yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Dude, for some reason I thought you meant Blackhawks. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I was throwing off there. I actually can get drunk now.
I got state of mind. What?
Yeah, I can.
Why?
My father-in-law's coming.
So he's the DD?
Fuck yeah, man. What do you mean? No, I'm kidding, Dad. You don't have to do that. I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. I'm joking. I can't. But I can watch you get drunk. I'm an old man, dude.
No, I'm going to be in the front row of the nosebleeds. I don't know what you're talking about.
No chance I could do it during the week and then get up and go to work.
Fair. I am going to be risking the potential of giving up a point if I don't find somebody to take my Saturday. But I also don't want to give up my Saturday, so I think I'm just going to risk the point.
Take the fucking point.
Take the fucking point.
Take the fucking point, just like the Bulls need to do.
As long as we beat the popsicle with some hair on it, I'm good.
I hate that fucking kid.
See, no, that was the thing. Well, one, it's the Jersey night. Two, for the Bulls, I was thinking it was going to be an important game. It doesn't look like the chance at 8 is going to be a realistic opportunity anymore. Maybe we catch a heater.
Yeah, it could be.
But, I was looking forward to that game as being like the, potentially most important game of the season. And then, hopefully kick Trae Young's ass because I cannot stand that dude.
Trae Young is my least favorite player in the NBA, and we already all know that. So, fuck that guy.
So hopefully we get to watch him lose Tuesday, and then at least I'll feel a little bit better when we have to drink pickle juice.
I'm not going to feel better about that, but we're going to stop bringing that up because I'm getting a little queasy and nervous. So we're going to drop that for a little bit.
Are you sticking zesty?
Yeah, I'm going to do zesty because, you go big or you fucking go home in my family, all right? That's what you do.
You're just trying to hide the pickle with the spice. That's all you're doing.
I'm really getting sick of your shit of calling me out tonight and then calling me old. You're going to knock it off right now. Everybody be sure to go to OnTapSportsNet.com for other Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Bulls on Tap and on Tap Sportsnet. Following Goose at Goose on Tap and Media Buzz on Tap. 5-star rating and review. Give that to us wherever you listen to podcasts. We're presented by Sports Illustrated Group. Go to YouTube. We'll be back Friday after the Bulls take on the Hornets.